M-Dog Gaming.
Alright, so we're gonna try playing a Warlock Murloc deck. Very annoying deck. Um, I don't know, I don't actually like playing Murlocs, and in fact at this ranking I almost never see them. In earlier ranks you see them all the time. Once you know how to deal with them though, they are not that intimidating anymore. But and you know, if you're new to Hearthstone, we can certainly look at the deck list after the match is complete, but it's basically just overwhelming your opponent with Murlocs. We do have some removal in here with some of the Warlock abilities, but mostly just lots of Murlocs. It's not that cheap of a deck to make, though. I've been playing Arena for so long, I've had unlocked all the Murlocs except for one. I think I was one short, so I just crafted it for 400 or something. But if you're new to the game, it's actually a pretty expensive deck to make. I'd guess it'd take at least a couple thousand dust if you didn't have any of them unlocked, maybe more. Because some of them are epics and rares, but if you play Arena for a little bit, or if you start the game by putting down $40 or $50 on a bunch of packs at one time, you're likely to get a lot of them. So, of course, it's going to match up against some opponents better than others. It's more difficult, I'd say. Mage is probably a pretty rough matchup because of their hero ability. Rogue as well. Or Druid with their hero ability can just knock them off before you get a chance to build them up sometimes. But it depends on how they come out and how you're able to bring them out here. So they're going to start with the taunt. And we will actually, I think, start with a Blood Imp. So they still wouldn't know what we're playing. Blood Imp's obviously in just about every Warlock deck. So this is still potentially could be a little bit of a surprise here. And on turn 2, we just may go with Murloc and coin into Murloc Raider. And then if they survive, of course, we can come back with something that'll buff them up. So now, of course, he knows what's going on. He sees the Murlocs, and like I said, at this ranking, people tend not to freak out and cycle through their cards and sort of anticipate what's coming. And you know, he may be able to buff this shield bearer up even a little bit now to where it'll make it difficult for us to get the early damage in. You really need to start doing damage almost immediately and not let it get to late game. But we'll see how it goes. This is sort of my version of a Murloc deck with Warlock, but I've seen it so many times I sort of just kind of knew what cards to put in there. I put a questing adventurer in there, which I'm not sure how quote unquote typical that is, but I think this is probably the best one for us to play now. This gives us +2 health, so that doesn't help that much. And here's sort of the first decision. Is it worth soul firing and getting rid of that grizzly? I think it is. Because now we try to let the damage begin. Now, if you notice, all of the Murlocs on the board, and that's smart. He's going to turn this into doing damage as we play. So if we give everything +2 health, does anything? Nothing kills it in one turn. This and then 2 and then a 3/3 would take it out, or 3/4 would leave the Murloc alive, and that's probably better. See, if we put this down, we're talking about these having 5 health, so that's actually maybe better. Maybe a little safer to do that. And that way we can take this thing out without losing too many. The only downside, if we had done the charge way, we could have life tapped and drawn another card, but
well played. You have best.
well, that's kind of what happens. You either win big or you lose big. Wow, and that put us up to... Is that really all it took? I've been on 2-star diamond for a long time now. Granted, I hardly ever play constructed. I played a little bit of constructed for a while there when I was just sort of sampling with arena some, and got up to 2-star diamond. That's been, I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, month ago, maybe more. I don't know, been a while. And then I just play constructed every once in a while. I've got a shaman deck I've been playing. I actually been winning a lot with. But I've been on 2-star diamond. All of a sudden I make a cheap Murloc deck and boom, 3-star diamond. So whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and look at the deck list real quick just so you have a idea what's in there in case you want to make one like this. I don't mind sharing the deck. Give you a quick little look at this here. Annoying deck. So we have 2 Soulfires for removal, 2 Mortal Coils for removal and card draw, 1 Power Overwhelming, just can get you out of a sticky situation or in the game. 2 Blood Imps, very important to buff the rest of your Murlocs. And then all the Murlocs. We do have 1 Shadow Bolt, a bunch of other Murlocs, 1 Questing Adventure. Questing Adventure is kind of one of those cards. There's 2 of them actually. In my opinion, Questing Adventure and Bane of Doom, both pretty optional. I think you could substitute a lot of other cards in there for there. And then other than that, you've got Old Murkeye, which is actually a card that you will get when you unlock all the other Murlocs. So there is no way to craft this card. You just get it as an unlock once all the other Murlocs, you have at least 1 copy of them. And then, of course, Siphon Soul for removal as well. So that's what the deck looks like. It's an annoying deck. Not one that I necessarily enjoy playing that much. And, you know, as you move up in ranking, you'll see it less and less. But in earlier rankings, you'll see Murloc decks all the time, unfortunately. So, anyway, there you have it. There's some Murloc for you.
Bye bye, Nods.